Hey, it's Bige and Nichole with another episode of Your LexPD. So this next episode is going to be near and dear to you.
It is. We're going back to early beginnings of my career, and we're going to talk about the Explorer Post 357 program that we started back in 1999 for young people that have an interest in law enforcement. And now that I've transitioned to another role, a couple of my former explorers are now officers on the police department and have taken over the program.
So we are at West Roll Call, and let's go talk to them.
All right, let's go.
So LPD Explorer Post 357 started in 1999?
1999. So, the way it came about, I had been at a training conference, and I had the opportunity to actually speak with some other agencies around the country, and we were talking about different types of crime prevention programming and things that they were doing. So the Explorer program came up. So when I came back, I spoke with Assistant Chief Ulysses Berry, which was the Assistant Chief over Community Services at the time, and I said, do we have an Explorer post? And he said, well, we do now. So we had attempted, the police department had attempted a couple times before, but it never really happened. So we talked about it, we formulated everything through Scouting America, and we had an opening night where we invited parents and some of the youth in to talk about the program, and that's where it all began. So, and it's hard to believe, 25 years ago, 1999, but yeah, we're still here. Yeah.
So something has changed. Congratulations are in order. If you notice, Bige has chevrons on his sleeves. So congratulations, Sergeant Towery. So who took over? Who did you let take over the reins?
Well, and it makes me very happy because I had two former explorers that had become Lexington police officers, and actually we've had several, but these two started when they were both very young, worked their way through the Explorer program, came on the police department, and now I'm turning the program over after 25 years to these two former explorers. Absolutely fantastic. Couldn't make me any happier.
Well, awesome. Well, let's go talk to them about it.
All right, sounds good.
We are here with Officer Hobson and Officer Meredith with Explorer Post 357 with Community Services Section. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Absolute pleasure.
It's absolutely great to have them because, as I said earlier, both of these guys were explorers. And so in their youth, they trained with us and were very involved with the Explorer program, made it through, became Lexington police officers, and now they're taking over this program after 25 years. So I'm excited about it. Tell us a little bit about the program.
So we have a group of kids between the age of 14 and 21 that are interested in law enforcement. It's a pre-academy program that we designed.
And it's very structured, very similar to going through the academy, a lot of the same curriculum and so forth. So what all do you do?
I like to start off when new individuals come into the program, just to kind of give them a brief explanation that we do a lot of academy adjacent training. So a lot of the same classroom opportunities that you get in the academy, we kind of give a intro training to here at the program.
So either one of you can answer this. What are the eligibility requirements to be in the Explorer program?
Sure. So obviously you have to be between the age of 14 and 21. You have to at least have a 2.0 grade average.
You have to have completed middle school, so you have to be actively in high school.
Okay, so they have to be enrolled somewhere.
Yes.
Okay. Do they have to be a Lexington or Fayette County resident, or can it just be anywhere?
They do not. Anybody in the state, if you're willing to come hang out with us, you're welcome. We've had kids from all over the state. I think the furthest in recent past, we've had a couple of brothers that came from Jackson County.
Oh, wow. So what would you tell someone that's interested in the Explorer program to be a future explorer?
The Explorer program is a great place to find your community if law enforcement is really what you're wanting to focus on in a career. A lot of individuals who are growing up in high school that they don't have an outlet to be able to go to kind of focus all of their goals into something. Here is a good place for that because you're with other kids that are around your same age or a little bit older to have some sort of mentorship and fellowship with, and then on top of that, again, you're honing in your skills to do what you want to do when you grow up.
So how often do the explorers meet?
Yeah, so we meet every Thursday night from 6 to 9 here at West Roll Call. We meet 365 days a year. The only time that we usually take off is to try to keep around the Fayette County Public School schedule. So if they inclement weather or holidays, even some of the holidays, we kind of get together and just kind of hang out. So yeah, but every night, every Thursday night from 6 to 9.
And you also do different types of community service events outside of training, correct?
Yeah, we do. Some of our big events is that we work the UK football games. We do traffic control for them. We recently had a new event coming up that we're going to be doing some bike patrols, so we're pretty excited about that. So yeah, we do a lot of different community events.
So with both of you all being officers now, let's go back a few days. How did this help? Did it help you become officers? Did it help you get on the police department? Because I know one of the reasons when we first started this program, young people really did not have a career path towards law enforcement. That was pre-criminal justice classes in a lot of the high schools and things like that. And so young people really didn't have a way to find out about law enforcement. They do more so now, but was this a good path to get where you are now?
I would absolutely agree that this is the place to be if your goal as a young person is to eventually be in law enforcement. This program gives you the opportunity to see the inner workings of how our department runs and how it works. You go through every section in the department and you get a good in-depth understanding of what individuals in those units do on a daily basis. It's also a great networking opportunity. You get to meet a lot of officers all the way from training academy staff and recruits all the way up to the chief.
Nice.
Very good. What about you, Hobson?
For me, it's been a fantastic road. I remember when I was 14 years old working at a dry cleaners, and I had retired now Officer J.D. Washington come in. He was real nice looking. He had all his uniform nice and crisp. And I said, hey, I want to be like you one day. And that's when he introduced me to you. And ever since then, it's just been amazing for me. It's taught me a lot, not just how to be a police officer, but it taught me, how to, interviews. It taught me how to just be a citizen in general of how to do my work. So it's been a great path for me as well.
Well, and then there's a lot of other components too, as far as physical fitness. Yes. I know you all still do. I know we used to do the POPS training, which is the Police Officer Standards Training for Kentucky, a couple times a year to kind of let the kids gauge where they are and know, because that's such a big component as far as getting hired too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we still do it twice a year. Sometimes we try to slide in 3 times a year, depending on the weather. But ultimately, we just try to get them ready for the next level. Just because we know how tough the academy is, and we know that anywhere you go is kind of the same standard. So once we go through that POPS, we say, hey, this is pretty much what you're going to be doing. So if you can't do it now, it's time to start training now. That way you have enough time when the academy comes that you'll be ready.
Right. Well, you don't have to be or want to be a police officer in order to do this, because I know we've had folks that have gone to the military, just all different types of careers, but this was just a really good experience for them, a very structured setting, discipline-oriented setting that was very beneficial, I think, for that age, whether they have a career path towards law enforcement or not. Would you agree?
We're definitely a program that's very constructive in building your skills to have a career just in general. We've had explorers go to be teachers, to be EMT, again to the military. You get a lot of opportunities to deal with military recruiters in our program through other recruiting events that we do. Yeah, I mean, it's just a good baseline stepping stone for young adults to gain the ability to have a better chance at success.
Well, Nichole, can you imagine when you started the academy, if you had already known how to spit shine your shoes, if you had already known a lot of the criminal law, the Kentucky Revised Statutes, you'd known some of the departmental policies, it's a pretty big heads up.
Yeah, that would have helped. That would have helped a lot.
And it's not all work, all right? And we do a lot of recreational things. I know we compete every year in the national competition, largest Explorer competition in the world, usually about 3,000 Explorers at this thing. And I will say that very proud of Lexington's Explorer program. Have always fared very well in that, first, second, third place in so many different events, competing against agencies all over the United States. So there are a lot of things other than just career path working. We, as you mentioned, fellowship, there is a lot of outlet there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought up Winterfest. We actually just went to Winterfest in Gatlinburg this past year. They had a good time. They worked really hard. They got to see just how other posts operate, some of their uniforms, and see that it's not just us. We actually got to meet a few other posts here in Kentucky that we didn't know about, so we got pretty excited about that, and so had the opportunity to better link up with them and do some things. But yeah, we go for 5 days or 4 days, and they get an opportunity to kind of stay around each other for more than 3 hours, so they can understand. Some people, have brothers and sisters. Now you have an opportunity to stay with somebody that you don't know, so they get closer when they go this competition as well too. So it's fun. They have an opportunity to really see their work actually be done, and what it looks like when it comes together.
I always look forward to February going to Gatlinburg every year for the competition. It was a lot of fun for the youth, and it was a lot of fun for the officers as well. So I think that you two standing here today as Lexington Police officers is definitely a testament to the fact that this program works, that people that have a commitment, want to be a police officer, this is a positive direction to go in. So we encourage anybody out there that's interested in law enforcement, has a child interested, grandchild, whatever, reach out to us and let's talk about your tomorrow, which starts today with the Explorer Post 357. And I always kid you, Officer Hobson, because he's wanted my job for a long time. And probably since he was 14. And now, not only have you taken over the Explorer program, but you actually took over my crime prevention spot in community services. So very proud of you for that, proud of both of you.
So, and I know you mentioned at 14 you met an officer and he introduced you, but for those that maybe doesn't come across an officer and they're interested in the Explorer program, how do they get in contact with you all?
Well, so first of all, nowadays we've been going to a lot of the high schools, doing a lot of career events at the high school. I just did a few this week. It just gives us the opportunity to get face-to-face contact with them to say, hey, this is what our program is, and this is how we operate. Let's show some pictures, let's show a video, and it just gets them excited about it. So that's the number one thing that we are trying to work on, is just more getting out there. That way people know more about us. Obviously, social media is a big thing nowadays, so we try to be on there as much as possible with pictures and videos. That way they can gauge it that way as well too. So
you can look at the screen right now. We've got the website, QR code. You can actually go to that website and get information about the program itself, and also get information on how to join, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Great. Well, thank you, Officer Hobson and Officer Meredith, for joining us today.
Thank you all for having me.
Thank you
very much.
It was really nice talking to Officer Hobson and Meredith about the Explorer program, because I didn't really know that much about it.
Yeah, I'm so proud of them. They're doing a great job. Couldn't ask for a better situation than them coming into that role. So outstanding.
So next month, where are we going?
We're going to the doghouse.
So we get to talk to our four-legged friends.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Our canine unit, and everybody's always excited about seeing the canine unit, the officers, and the dogs, right? So we've got patrol dogs, we've got narcotic dogs, and we've got bomb dogs. So we're going to focus on them next week, go out, visit them at the kennel, and see them do some of their training and some of their work. So I'm excited about that.
I am too. So join us next month for another episode of Your LexPD.